So I read today that Dr. Disrespect has a problem with the controller players in Modern Warfare having an aim assist advantage, calling it unbelievable apparently. I don't know, I read a little bit of an article about it. I don't watch Dr. Disrespect, but I've heard this talked about a lot before. The last time I really talked about this at all was with Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and how on PC you could have aim assist if you plugged in a controller. And I've seen people on Black Ops 3 on PC constantly complaining that people have aim assist and that's the only reason they're able to win gunfights. And I've always found this sort of hilarious, and if you guys have been around for a while, you know my opinion on this. Aim assist is far from a godsend. It's a band-aid that some people even prefer playing without. Analog sticks are convenient but inherently limited. Aim assist is not some auto lock-on bullshit. Well, in some games have sort of fucked up aim assist. Some games have some pretty fucked up aim assist. But at least in Call of Duty, aim assist is just something that slows down your sensitivity a little bit when you're aiming around somebody and will do slight rotations while you move your feet. Now, I personally find rotation to be annoying. Some people find the entire notion of aim assist annoying and they just turn it off. It's a band-aid. It's something to sort of make up for the shortcomings of an analog stick. You do not have the precision with an analog stick that you do with a keyboard and mouse. If we were to look at it on a 10-point scale, Call of Duty on keyboard and mouse is a 10 out of 10, and on a controller, it's 8 out of 10, and requires a band-aid. PC players have so many extra advantages. If you are playing Modern Warfare with a keyboard and mouse, you just have a better chance of winning more gunfights. You have a better chance of nailing smaller targets, controlling recoil, and tracking moving players. Aim assist is not something that just works for the player, and most of the PC players I know personally, when they pick up a controller and try to aim and shoot with aim assist, they want to cry. It just feels so bad in comparison to the freedom of a keyboard and mouse. I think controllers are more comfortable to me, but I'm in between. I also play shooters on PC, and I definitely know how accurate I can be on PC compared to how accurate I can be on console. As a relatively inexperienced PC player, compared to my console experience, I feel much more accurate and precise once I've warmed up with keyboard and mouse as compared to controller. And if I play a lot of mouse and keyboard shooters and I go back to my controller, it just feels archaic and terrible. So I always try to balance between the two. It is in my opinion that if you're a PC player that is angry about people killing you with aim assist, you have to look at some factors here. First of all, a console player that knows anything about keyboard and mouse could be just as frustrated dying by keyboard and mouse players as you are dying by an aim assist controller user. There's no bullet magnetism in Call of Duty, it's just simply your crosshairs will begin to slow down, the center of your screen will slow down when you're aiming towards somebody. It's allowing you to make fine adjustments, it's not aiming for you. Again, some games do this very poorly, and it sucks. Call of Duty, in my opinion, is not one of those games. In my opinion, the controller player can share just as much grief about dying to keyboard and mouse users. And also, when a controller player kills you, how do you know it's because of their aim assist? And I don't want you to say, well, I watched the kill cam, because kill cams are not a DVR recording of the person's perspective, it's what the server saw. Kill cams in video games are terrible because all it is the server trying to interpret what it saw going on. So that's why you can get all the way around a corner on your screen, get killed, and when you're watching the kill cam, the person had a clear sight of your ass when they shouldn't have been able to. The server is showing you what the server was seeing at the time, and what the server had to relay to the player that killed you. The aim assist in Call of Duty games is subtle enough that you're not going to be able to detect it from watching a kill cam. Aim assist in Call of Duty multiplayer is not auto-aim. Console players, controller players have so many limitations when it comes to aiming and shooting that we have to sort of work around. I've played Battlefield 4 for years on console, and just in the months that I played it on PC, it felt like a different video game. Targets that would normally be hard to hit, little adjustments that would be hard to make, were suddenly super simple and very easy, and Battlefield 4 on console has a sort of snap aim. So if somebody has the full aim assist settings on in Battlefield 4 and they aim down sight next to you, it'll bring the sight to you. And that honestly can get you killed when you're fighting multiple opponents. DICE really has no faith in console players being able to control their accuracy, so their games have a lot of snap-on and heavy rotation and lots of slowdown and whatnot. That honestly feels incredibly limiting when you go play Battlefield 4 on PC. There's just so much more accuracy at your fingertips. If you're a PC player and you're a seasoned PC player like Dr. Disrespect, for instance, you shouldn't have any trouble fighting controller users, and if a controller user is besting you, they get to best you. I'm sorry, this argument sounds like you deserve to win the gunfight because you have a keyboard and mouse, fuck their aim assist, when if you were to kill them and dominate a lobby in Modern Warfare, they could say the same thing about your keyboard and mouse, but in my opinion they would be wrong as well. Because keyboard and mouse doesn't just equal good aim, doesn't just equal good map understanding or player awareness. A PC player playing with a nice, 144Hz monitor, keyboard and mouse, they have a really great gaming setup, all that, bag of chips, but the thing is they're not gonna win, right? If they don't know the meta, if they don't know the maps, if they haven't worked out the recoil of the guns yet, if they haven't gotten their shot pacing down, if their reaction time's slow, if they haven't gotten enough sleep, we're just playing a game here. Most good console players will left stick aim, meaning they're walking their iron sights onto an opponent instead of just pointing their iron sights at the opponent with the right stick. Because the left stick moves your character, and you can do little millimeter adjustments with the left stick that you can't do with the right one, whereas a PC player holding completely still can just move their mouse and click on your head. Also, aim assist in Call of Duty, the rotation of it only exists if your character's feet are moving. That's why so many console Call of Duty players, so many Call of Duty players in general, seem allergic to cover because they feel more confident while they're moving, so they will move out from cover and move towards you while trying to kill you, and generally a quick jump or drop shot will stop those guys right quick because they're so focused on trying to initiate their aim assist, and sometimes they don't even realize it. You can tell when a player is relying too much on aim assist because they shoot first, aim later. They start shooting around you and then sort of let the game sort of coax them in the right direction. But those types of players aren't good. They're not going to be dominating you. Yeah, they might get a kill on you or two. It's Call of Duty. You die very fast. It's not an amazing feat to get killed in Call of Duty. But if a player is relying super heavily on their aim assist, then they're not a good player. I don't know what the problem is. I have a controller aiming drill that I'm going to do for Modern Warfare and show you guys how you can rely a lot less on aim assist and way more on muscle memory. Speaking of muscle memory, a lot of console players have trouble controlling high sensitivities. So if you're fighting a really accurate controller player, it's likely that they have to have their sensitivity down below 5. They're like 4 or 3, and yeah, it allows them to be very accurate, but their response time is going to be trash. And while Modern Warfare might cater to campers in a lot of ways, if you notice a player won't actually get out of their camping spot, they just head glitch a wall all game, I recommend throwing on Cold-Blooded, throw a smoke grenade in his face, and rush him. He won't have the ability to respond to you because he likely is using a very low sensitivity. So if you jump shot or drop shot, he won't be able to adjust fast enough, something a PC player will have no trouble doing. As somebody with a good keyboard and mouse, a solid 144Hz monitor, and many PC shooters, I find keyboard and mouse to be a far superior method of aiming than console. You have so many more advantages on PC. If you're a PC player and you're dying from console users and you're blaming their aim assist, you're fighting people that have no customizable video settings other than motion blur, they have no FOV slider, we either have to learn how to left stick aim and lower our sensitivities to be accurate, or risk relying too heavily on aim assist to land the shots that our thumbs can't. If aim assist just helped everybody and just got people free kills and was completely unfair, I feel like more console players would have higher KDs. I feel like my friends that also have been playing on console for years would just be better at aiming and shooting and winning gunfights, but they're not. If you're fighting a good controller user, you're fighting a good controller user. If you're not a good keyboard and mouse user, yeah, you're not going to be able to compete with them. My friends and I, of all console players, have made a team of PC players rage quit a match of domination because they couldn't handle us. We played to our strengths and they never played to theirs, and they got mad and left. There's always a reason somebody is beating you, right? I mean, I get that frustration from getting killed by somebody using an overpowered weapon, a keyboard and mouse, or something along those lines. In my live streams, I have both decked PC players and almost wanted to leave games because of them. High recoil weapons, precision one-shot kill weapons are so much easier to use with a keyboard and mouse. With a keyboard and mouse in Battlefield 4, I can use the AEK, a high rate of fire assault rifle, and I can make it work with a keyboard and mouse. But on console, my favorite assault rifle is the AR-160, a low recoil, low DPS, low rate of fire assault rifle that is not competitive at all on PC because everybody on PC can happily control a high recoil assault rifle. I know what PC gaming is like, I know how many advantages it holds, and it's really funny that somebody probably sitting in their living room with a big TV, playing on a 5 sensitivity, using an M4 in Modern Warfare, is pissing off Dr. Disrespect. I love the idea of that. You have your advantages, I have mine, let's see who's better at winning. Because if this becomes a problem in the Call of Duty community, it'll just become about who's better at whining and who Infinity Ward listens to or ignores first. There, that's probably the last video I'm doing on the subject. In a very messy way, I hit every single topic within, over 10 minutes now. But I think I got it. I think we're good. I hopefully made my point clear. If you really disagree with me, that's fine, you're free to do so. I've just played too many console shooters and too many PC shooters to really give a shit if somebody has aim assist or keyboard and mouse. So yeah, with that, thank you guys for watching my video. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.